Okay, sit yourself on your left. Come into a good cross-leg position. And just have a little wriggle about, make sure that you're feeling comfortable. I haven't put my microphone on after all of our conversations. Bear with me a second. Right. Have a little wriggle about, make sure you're feeling level at the seat bones. Just spend a moment to just observe your breath. Focus on deep inhalations and deep exhalations. That was a comedy train there, wasn't it? Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Look at something that doesn't move on the floor ahead of you. Consciously observe the sensation of the chest rising upwards and outwards with the in-breath and relaxing with the out-breath. Keeping your eyes still. Bring your hands into namaste, lengthening from your armpits into your elbows. Your elbows into the heels of the hands into the fingertips. Spend a moment to listen to the sound of the inhalation and the exhalation. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Consciously breathe into both lungs evenly, breathing out of both lungs evenly. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest, lift your chest up to meet your chin. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Just allowing yourself for a moment to consider the things in your life that bring you good energy. The things or the people or the places. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Just bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb. gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence, and peacefulness that we can carry into our practice as an intention. Raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open, and then hold onto your knees. Hold onto your knees, pull against the knees so that you can lift the heart area upwards. So when I talk about the heart area, of course the heart's to one side a little bit. But I'm talking about the centre of the chest, where the heart is raised up to the ceiling. So raise the heart area to the ceiling. So it's the centre of the chest rather than the exact location of the heart. So raise the heart area to the ceiling and consciously draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull on the knees, elevate the heart area upwards. Just look directly forwards, but see the physical body in 3 dimensions. Feel how the feet connect to the floor. Feel how your hands connect to the knees. How the seat bones connect to the cushion or the blocks. How the abdomen lifts up to the diaphragm, to the collarbone. How the shoulders draw away from the ears to lengthen into the neck. So through the feeling of the pose, see the physical body in 3 dimensions. So that's seeing with the sensation rather than with the eyes, with the feeling. Take a conscious deep inhalation and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across. Drawing your abdomen across and your ribs and your shoulders, keeping the neck soft. Dig the backhand into the seat that you're, into the cushion or the blocks that you're sitting on, so that you can roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. As you turn, maintain the observation of the breath, maintain the balance of the seat bones. Draw your attention into the seat bones. Observe whether they are level and activate accordingly to bring levelness to the seat bones. So find levelness. I could give you a description of how to do that, but I want you to find it for yourself. Find levelness in the seat bones. Fill the lungs and turn a little more into the pose with the out breath. Come back to the centre. Hold on to your knees. Lift up into your chest. So spend a moment to just draw your attention into the knees. So sometimes when you kind of touch the knees, you can't really feel it from the knees. You can feel it from the hands, but can you feel it from the knees? Can you feel the hands on the knees? Or can you feel the knees in the hands? Can you feel both? Lift the heart area, take a deep inhalation, and with the exhalation turn to the left. Activating as you did on the other side. Aiming for levelness. See the body in 3 dimensions. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Find levelness at the seat bones. gently come back to the centre. And then come off your lift and sit back on your heels. So sit back on your heels and feel the shins in contact with the mat. Feel that you can press the shins consciously into the mat, the shin bone into the shin skin, so that the thighs activate. When the thighs activate, you can elevate up into the spine. So find that length and maintain it as you come forwards into Adho Mukha Virasana. As you come forwards, keep the head lifted, keep the seat bones down on the heels. Stretch forwards. Bring the forehead down. Aim to feel the body in 3 dimensions, to get a mental image of the physical body. Feel that you're activating everywhere. Observe whether there is imbalance in your activation. Maybe you identify that maybe one hand isn't feeling the same as the other. Maybe one arm doesn't feel even with the other. So find that imbalance and activate to address it. What's happening in the hands, in the wrists, in the forearms, in the elbows, in the upper arms, in the shoulders, in the armpits, in the shoulder blades, in the rib cage, in the lower spine, in the lumbar, in the sacrum. Is it drawing down towards the heels, the tailbone? The seat bones in connection with the heels. If not, then adjust your hands. What about your thighs? It's easy to lose the thighs in this pose. What are they doing? How do they feel? What about the shins? What about the tops of the feet? What about the soles of the feet? The toes, the toe nails. If you're not doing dog down, then sit yourself up and either do supta padottanasana if you're feeling tired, or dandasana. Otherwise, push the hands into the floor. Have your hands as wide apart as the mat and come up into dog down. Just feel your way into dog down. Feel that there is evenness of effort. Straighten the legs by tightening the kneecaps. Consciously try and open the backs of the knees by pushing the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Activate the thighs. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Does the pose feel like it's evenly activated? Whichever pose you are doing, does it feel like it's evenly activated, or there's an imbalance? So address the imbalance. Feel the hands, the heels of the hands, the palms, the palm knuckles, the neck of the fingers, into the finger knuckles, into the tips of the fingers. Breathe into the pose and out through the pose. Lift from the wrists up into the armpits. From the armpits up into the seat bones. Feel that your mind is engaged with the body, engaged with the activation. It's part of the activation to engage the mind. Okay, step your feet forwards, come up into standing position, and then get a couple of blocks for your hands. And bring your feet as wide apart as your mat. Just feel that your feet are on the edge of the mat, that the outside edge of your feet, they can feel the edge of the mat. So if you look down, make sure that your toes are in line with each other, but the outside edge of the foot is lined up with the edge of the mat. Spread your toes deeply. Tighten the kneecaps. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Have your thumbs in the lower lumbar, and then wing the elbows back. Lift the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. And then hinge at the hips, maintaining that lift of the front chest. Forwards, hinging at the hips, and then reach down, find the blocks, bring the blocks underneath your shoulders and be on fingertips. So just again, feel that your feet are in line with the edge of the mat. Maybe they have adjusted themselves. Project the chin and the chest forwards. Feel from the inside that there is balance of action. It feels like the hips are level. It feels like the legs are working as a mirror image of each other. Address any imbalances, however small. Find the root cause through the feeling of the pose. Keep the head lifted, projecting the chin and the chest forwards, lengthening the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. If you can go down lower, then do. But there's no need if you've got a bad back stay on the higher lift. But each time you adjust, each time you go down, go back to observing the internal imbalance. And address it each time you come down. If you can reach the floor, then do. But don't forget to observe. It's not just a box ticking exercise. It's about bringing your consciousness and presence into the physical body. Okay, bring your hands back into your hips, and then bend your knees on the way up if you need to. Come up into Tadasana. Have the inner edge of the feet together. Lift up into the chest. Feel that the action of the pose is or the direction of the pose is upwards. We grow out of our feet into the shins, into the knees, into the thighs. Turn the thighs inwards, like you did in Tadasana. From the knees up into the hips. Tuck the tailbone in without disturbing the legs. Draw the abdomen to the spine. Lift from the abdomen to the diaphragm, from the hips into the armpits. From the diaphragm to the heart area, up into the neck. Lengthening the shoulders away from the ears, just finding space. Lengthening from the neck up into the head. Just try and still the eyes. Have you tensed around the chest so that you slow down the breath, or that you make the breath resistant? So keep the breath non-resistant. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump the feet apart for trikonasana. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out. Just feel that the heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. So spend a little time just to observe that feeling. If it feels maybe not, then move that foot forwards a little bit. That front foot, move it forwards. Have a quick look, make sure that you are indeed heel on instep, or go further towards the toes and beyond the toes if you've got stiff hips. Turn the legs outwards, the opposite of tadasana. Extend from the heart area into the hands, keeping the legs straight, tightening the kneecaps, and then come down. Find your shin and look up. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Radiating from the heart area into the hands. Feel the hand on the shin. Feel the hand on the shin from the hand and from the shin. Radiate energy from the hips into the legs, into the feet, from the hips up into the torso, into the heart area, into the arms, into the neck, into the head. Reach up with the top hand, come back to the centre, swap your feet around, turn the right toes in and turn the left foot all the way out. Again, you're turning your legs outwards. It's the opposite of Tadasana because you're going this way. If you turn the legs inwards, then it makes you want to do this. That's a different type of pose. Things like padottanasana. Turn the legs outwards. Radiate energy from the pelvis into the legs, into the feet, from the pelvis up into the torso. Reach over, find the shin. Look up. Keep turning the legs. Keep radiating your energy from the pelvis into the legs, into the torso, into the neck, into the hands. Feel the hand on the shin, from the hand and from the shin. Come back to the centre. Bring the feet parallel and then step or jump your feet back together. Come back into Tadasana. Listen to the breath. Feel how the feet connect to the ground. And aim for evenness. Radiate from the pelvis down into the legs, down into the heels and into the feet. The pelvis up into the torso. into the arms, up into the neck, into the head. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just make sure you've got a couple of blocks handy where you can reach them. You don't need to put them in any particular position, just nearby. So we use them for uttanasana, so they should be quite close by. Bring your arms out towards the sides of the room, in towards the chest, and then step or jump your feet nice and wide. Go as wide apart as you can for prasarita, padottanasana. So wide legs. If you can, line your heels up with the edge of the mat, so that you can feel the edge of the mat on the heels. And then turn your toes in. Have your hands on your hips and then lift up into the chest. Activate your legs. Feel that your energy radiates from the pelvis and into the legs. Pelvis and up into the chest. Into the arms, into the neck. Squeeze the elbows really consciously towards each other so that you draw the shoulder blades together. Keep your head lifted and then hinge at the hips. Lift the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs, keeping the back straight. And then reach down and find the blocks. Find the floor, sorry. If you can't reach, then use blocks under your hands. But stay on fingertips, whatever you use, the floor or the blocks. So turn the legs inwards. So this is Tadasana legs. It's a standing forward bend. So we turn the legs inwards, opposite of trikonasana. Lift the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs. Radiate your energy from the pelvis and into the legs. From the pelvis and up into the torso. The neck, into the head. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. So stay at this stage if you're still working to straighten your back. If you've got a straight back, and if you can bring your heart down and your head lower than your heart, then come down. If you should avoid that action, then just stay at this first stage. Otherwise, hinge at the hips and bring the head down onto the floor. Just listen to the breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So Andrew, just stay at the first stage, I would say. Feel the mat underneath the hands. Have the hands in line with the heels of the hands in line with heels of the feet. Feel that you can radiate your energy from the pelvis into the legs, pelvis into the chest. Feel that you can breathe normally without resistance. If you can reach around the outsides of your heels, then you can pull the heels inwards, push them outwards at the same time. Bring your hands back onto the mat, walk your hands forwards, come back into the halfway point. And then bring the heels of the hands down, bend your knees, and then step or jump your feet back together, and then come back up into Tadasana. Come into Tadasana, lifting up into the chest, and raise your arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Ideally, your arms are parallel to each other, but if you struggle to straighten your arms, have them wider until you can straighten them. So straightening the arms is a priority here. Feel the body in 3 dimensions. From the feet into the top of the head, into the tips of the fingers. Okay, and then gently release. Come down onto your knees and then get yourself a bolster. If you haven't got a bolster, you can just use some cushions. I want you to put the bolster onto a little mini ramp. So have one block flat like that, one block on an end like that, and then prop your bolster up on there. If you've got a folded blanket handy, have that for your head. So we're going to come into supta padottanasana, and the opening of the chest will feel really nice after the sequence that we have done so far. So sit yourself in padottanasana. So sit maybe a centimetre or 2 away from the bolster. My bolster it flattens quite easily at the end, so I can sit a bit closer. But if you've got a new bolster and it's like really firm, then you might want to sit a bit further away. Just hold on to the big toes for a moment and work to elevate the abdomen up to the diaphragm, to the collarbone. Holding on to the big toes. Feel the big toes in the hands. Feel the hands on the big toe. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then bring your hands behind you. Keep the feet close to the seat bones. Lift the chest as you come down, guiding yourself down into the bolster, and then just having the folded blanket supporting the back of the neck and the back of the head. Have the palms facing upwards. Just connect the index finger together with the thumb. And just spend a few moments feeling that pleasant opening action of the chest. Broadening at the abdomen, at the diaphragm, at the collarbone. Feeling that the bolster broadens the chest. Soften your jaw by drawing the lower teeth away from your upper teeth. Listen to the sound of the breath. Breathe from the bottom of the lungs to the top, and from the top of the lungs to the bottom. Feel that your energy radiates from the pelvis and into the legs, into the thighs, into the shins, into the feet, and from the pelvis up into the torso, to the shoulders and the neck and the head, and the shoulders and the upper arms and the forearms, and the hands and the fingers and the fingernails. Observe the physical body in 3 dimensions, even if you've closed your eyes. Just feeling the energy radiating from the pelvis into the legs, pelvis up into the torso and beyond. Breathe evenly into both lungs, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, filling the lungs evenly, and emptying the lungs from the top to the bottom and emptying them easily. Especially if you have your eyes closed, can you feel your presence? Can you see the physical body through the feeling of the physical body? So this isn't a passive pose. We are extending through energy into the legs. It feels easier to observe the energy radiate from the pelvis into the legs than the pelvis up into the torso, isn't it? So spend some time observing that radiation from the pelvis up into the abdomen, into the diaphragm, into the chest, into the arms, into the neck, all the way into the top of the head and into the fingertips. Maintaining gentleness around the rib cage to keep the breath non-resistant. Okay, and then just relax the body and observe how the body almost shrinks. Rest into the bolster. Feel the shape of the bolster broadening the collarbone. And then bring your hands just onto the floor at the sides of the hips. And then sit yourself back up. But stay in padottanasana. Hold onto the big toes. Lift up into the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just move so that your bolster is to your side, and then stretch your legs out. Just using the floor. Lift up into the chest. Bring the hands into the sides of the hips. Lift up into the hips. Bring the feet together. Turn the legs inwards. So we're going to do a boat pose. Lift up into the chest. Bring your hands forwards. Keep the legs straight. Bring the heels in line with your eyes. And then bring your arms to the sides of the body. Keep the torso lifting out of the hips. Radiating from the pelvis into the torso. The pelvis into the legs. Bring in the heels in line with the eyes. And then gently release. Just come into cross legs. Hold onto your knees, roll onto the front edge of the seat bones, elevate the heart area up to the ceiling. And then turn to the right side. Draw your abdomen across. Draw your ribs across. Come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. And then turn to the right side. And then come back to the centre. Just feel your energy radiating from the pelvis into the legs, into the torso. Feel the knees in the hands. Feel the hands on the knees. Elevating the heart area upwards. Right, you're going to take off. Keeping the rib cage pliable so that the breath is non-resistant. And then release. Just undo your little ramp. Have the bolster nearby because we're going to use that for underneath our knees. I'm just going to have a blanket for my legs because it gets cold at this stage. Just have your folded blanket for your head. Make sure that it's evenly folded. Have the bolster for underneath your knees. And then I'm just going to cover my legs. So cover yours as well if they might get cold. Have the feet together. As you come down, make sure that you maintain a really good straight line. Have the folded blanket supporting the back of the neck and the head. And then let your arms find the floor to the side of you. Make sure there's space in the armpit, chest. Let the feet relax, let the feet fall apart a little. Close your eyes if you haven't done. And once you feel comfortable, allow your eyes to close and allow the body to completely release. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs. So the body becomes, the physical body becomes heavy. But maybe you barely notice the heaviness from the irrepressible lightness radiating from the bones, radiating it into the muscles, radiating into the organs. Sending positive healing energy into the organs. Radiating into the flesh and the skin.
Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness evenly down into the toes and into the legs and into the fingertips and the arms and the shoulders and all the way up into the top of the head. Ensuring that your energy, that radiant energy, is evenly distributed, radiating from the pelvis and into the torso and the legs and the head and the arms. Radiating into the legs and the arms and the head. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. Just enjoying a little glimpse of bliss that will serve us for the rest of the day. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring yourself back into this pose of shavasana. And then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have the feet together, the knees apart. And rest your back into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, a gentle massage on the spine. And then gently roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then stretch out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just cross legs with your hands in Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Make sure that you're sitting evenly. And draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you've released through your practice this morning, that little glimmer of bliss that we can take with us into our day. Draw your chin down to meet your chest, lift your chest up to meet your chin. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside, around the heart area, and then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb, just a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence, and peacefulness that we can carry into our day. Just raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you've really picked up your energy. You've really listened to your energy, you've really listened to your body, and you have given yourself good energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining me.